This is Christina. We're here for Baron Talk. I am live here in Evans Hall again with two very distinguished guests. First is Miss Ann Edwards. Ann Edwards has a Bachelor of Arts in Chemistry from Otterbein College in Ohio, a Master of Science in Chemical Engineering from Ohio State University, and has worked as an analytical chemist and research scientist before coming to RCBC. Before becoming Director of Transfer, she worked for 20 years as Assistant and Associate Dean in the STEM division. As Director of Transfer, Ann works with students to develop transfer plans, work with RCBC faculty on program changes, and helps to develop transfer agreements. Thank you for being here, Miss Ann. I am also here with Miss Alie O'Neill. Alie is a member of the National Academic Advising Association. She has a Master of Arts in Counseling from TCNJ, the College of New Jersey, and she also has a psychology degree from Rutgers University. Alie served as a transfer advisor at RCBC from 2009 until 2015, until she accepted the esteemed position of Rowan Relations Coordinator. As coordinator, Alie advises students interested in the Rowan University connection and serves as a liaison, that's the word, between RCBC and Rowan University. We also have with us student artist, RCBC artist Justin Green. Justin's been featured in the Phi Theta Kappa Honors in Action Project Beauty versus Vulgarity, and is also featured in many of the Best in Show showcases in Mount Holly. So today we will be going over something together. We'll be painting the northern red oak tree together while talking about different topics related to transfer. So if you have a question, please ask. We'll be here for the next 10 minutes or so. Okay, Justin, get us started.
Okay, so the first step we're going to begin is capturing the trunk and the branches.
Okay.
We're going to start with a dark brown, color is raw umber, and we're just going to dip our brushes in the turpentine first, just to get it a little wet, loosen up the oil, and then we're going to begin sketching the trunk on the canvas, like so. Using the edge of the brush, we'll keep a sharp, fine point and can somewhat capture the texture of the branches. The branches typically they're pretty pointy, so using the edge of the brush will kind of give that loosened texture. So, like this. I'm going to start with the brush, want to drag it upwards. And you're going to keep in mind, you're going to constantly keep loading your brush with the raw umber. And keeping in mind that the brush, that typically tree branches, they're not shaped, they're not in straight lines. They're pretty much at angles. So it's important to capture the likeness of the tree branches without being too precise.
Beautiful. Okay, while we begin painting, Ann, when do you think the transfer process should begin for students, and how do you pick a transfer college university?
You should start right away, even if you're in high school or before you come to RCBC. Start thinking about what you want to do and kind of think about what's important to you. Big school, little school, and definitely visit. If you have the opportunity to visit schools, please do that, because you need to find the one that has the right feel for you.
Definitely, definitely. Alie, what is the 3+1 program? There's a lot of talk about it. Could you tell us what it is and how it's groundbreaking for New Jersey students?
Sure. The 3+1 program allows students to take their freshman, sophomore, and junior year courses as an RCBC student, and then they only have left their senior year with Rowan University for their bachelor's degree. So it really saves them a lot of money because they get to pay RCBC's tuition for 3 years for about 90 credits, and then they only have to pay Rowan University for 1 year. But they still get the same bachelor's degree that they would have if they went to Rowan University. And it's pretty groundbreaking because not a lot of schools are doing this.
Right.
Most 4-year schools only accept the first 2 years from RCBC, so you get to save a lot of money with that junior year.
Wow. Oh, that's amazing. And do you have to graduate to transfer from RCBC?
No, you don't need to graduate, but for some programs it helps if you do. It'll help with the amount of transfer, as far as transfer credits that are accepted. There's this bill that was passed many years ago called the Lampet Bill.
Okay.
And that will guarantee transfer of credits for schools that are in New Jersey. But I would say definitely stop by the transfer department, come see us, and we can help you plan your courses so that you plan accordingly too. Because we definitely want your courses going as program or as general elective, general education, and save your elective credits for the transfer school.
Okay, that's awesome. These trees are looking amazing. Wow. We're ready for your next step. You know, we're getting there. Tell us what's the next step of our
Okay.
plan. Sure.
So the next step, we're going to start to capture the shadow of the leaves.
Okay.
Now, if you're familiar with the red oak tree, the shadows, the leaves are red. So the shadows necessarily wouldn't be black. They would have to maintain some form of red in them, but just a very deep, dark red. So we're going to next chart the shadows of the leaves using a deep umber with a little bit of the red.
Okay.
That is next. And we're going to take the front of the brush
Okay.
to capture the texture, because if you look from a distance at red oak trees, they have a bit of a cluster texture. So you're going to tap onto the canvas to kind of capture that texture.
Okay.
Like this. Just, you know, around the tips of the branches and certain spots, leaving the white in the background because, you know, you can see through trees in nature. So you want to make sure you're not covering the entire tree.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much. Back to you, Anne. How do you apply to transfer for most colleges and universities, and what is the best way to know that one of your courses will transfer?
Well, first off, look for, we go to the college website
Okay.
and look for transfer admissions, or if you can't find transfer admissions, what you can do is search in the search area for transfer admissions. And the reason I want you to do that is sometimes the transfer application can be a little easier to do than the full-blown application. So look for the transfer application and look for any kind of requirements that the school has. Sometimes schools want you to send your high school transcript, sometimes they don't. Sometimes if you have 15 or more credits, and that varies with every school, then you won't have to provide both your high school transcript and your SAT, ACT score.
Right.
So that takes care of that. And what was the second question?
How do you know if a course will transfer?
If you are doing a New Jersey school, then definitely look at the New Jersey Transfer website. So just search NJ Transfer.
Yes.
And some schools like Temple, they have a great transfer tool to see if the course transfers. Sometimes, at least by title, try to pick up, like match your titles up as best as possible.
Okay.
But sometimes it can just be tricky, so again,
Right.
come see us and transfer.
Right. Thank you so much. Alie, is there a deadline to transfer through the 3+1 program? Because you see it all the time. What are the important deadlines to know?
So there's not a specific deadline, but
Okay.
for incoming students, I recommend looking to sign up for the 3+1 after completing 30 credits.
Okay.
You want to make sure you're selecting the major you really want and that you know that the 3+1's for you. So waiting is not a problem, waiting till around 30 credits.
Awesome.
If you're a current student, then I would say that you just want to make sure you're signing up for 3+1 before you graduate.
Okay.
You want to make sure you're getting set up for that junior year. So for students graduating in May, they should be signing up around now so they can register for the fall semester.
That is so exciting. Thank you. Wow, okay. Justin, what would you say, you know, we're catching up here, but after that step, what would be next for us?
What would be next is starting the next layer of leaves.
Okay.
Which would be with a a brighter red.
Right.
That will blend somewhat with the shadow of the leaves, and you'll begin to see it come to life once you add more of the red into the background, well, over the shadows.
Gorgeous. Okay. And there's so much going on with Rowan University and 3+1.
Yes.
Are there any other schools that students at RCBC can transfer to?
Oh my God,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
You can transfer to any school, and we will help you with transfer to any school. The New Jersey schools are very common, Rutgers, Stockton, Rider, just to mention a few. Temple, Thomas Jefferson University is another popular transfer, and of course Drexel.
Right.
So yes, and it's common that I help people, even if they're looking like at West Coast schools. I had a student earlier this week that was looking to transfer to one of the San Francisco universities.
Awesome.
So yes,
Okay.
we can help you with any school.
Awesome. And one last question. We'll continue painting, but a question for the both of you. If you could give one piece of advice to students about transfer based on your experience, what would it be? You can go first, Alie.
Sure. I would just like to kind of highlight what Anne had spoken to in the beginning, and it's a really planning early. Making sure that you're researching your careers, your majors, your schools. Transferring is really a personal choice. Anne and I can't say which school is the best for somebody or which the best major is for somebody. So really doing your research. Waiting till the last semester can make it hard to transfer. So that it's never too early to start your transfer process.
Amen. What would you say? Same thing?
I totally agree with what Alie said, and I also want people to realize that the idea is to get your degree, and don't be surprised if later in life you may want to change fields. I mean, I did that, and if you talk with other instructors and other folks at RCBC, I'm sure you'll find there's a lot of us that have changed direction. But definitely plan early and plan, and come see both Alie and me, depending on where you want to go, and let us help you, but let us start early working with you.
Okay. All right, guys. It's been absolutely wonderful to have you here with us. We're going to keep painting. I have Bear and Talk t-shirts for you guys as a gift for being here today. So that'll be here at the end of our stream. But thank you for coming in. We will continue to paint, and the full-length version of this video will be on YouTube. Everyone have an awesome day, and tune into the next Bear and Talk. Thank you. Bye.